don't get what I want, I get what I need. Every single day I'm heading off to my dream, and I get everything that I damn well please. I don't give a damn if you all listening to me, cause I run it. I'm the only one that really want it, I'm the only one that's really on it. I'm just being honest, I'm just doing everything I promise, cause I want it bad enough that I'm
Hey guys, and this is part 2 of what if Naruto befriended all told peace as a child. I know you guys have been banging for part 2, you even got 532 likes on the last video. But stuff happened, I sprained my wrists, my birthday, and yeah, let's just say I got a bit preoccupied. But as you see, I'm not letting this stop all the videos like before when I broke them and sprained them. I'm back, I just need to take a few days to the point where I could hold a mouse again without like nearly being in tears. Anyway, I'm just gonna say the next like goal, 100 likes, 125 likes. Let's try and just like bang this Whatif. And yeah, you guys are really enjoying it, so let's just jump straight into it. Last time we left off, a lot happened. Naruto befriended all the tailed beasts, just like what it says. And you even unlocked the Rinnegan due to having all 9 tailed beast chakra, and I'm saying yabba-dee yabba-day, that's how you unlock the Rinnegan today. And he naturally awakened the Rinnegan, so he couldn't hide it. So he managed to master a special type of transformation technique, which let him hide his Rinnegan. And whenever he wants to show it off, he just goes out of that transformation. And then we had him fight Kakashi. Kakashi found out he can't fight Naruto with killing intent, or he'll just get hurt. Like Kakashi gets hurt if he tries using killing intent. So he ran up towards Naruto. Naruto cancelled out all his attacks and then eventually blew him back, knocking him out. After that, he didn't get the bells. He just healed Kakashi and says, next time you get knocked down, I'm going for the bells. And other than that, let's jump straight into this. They lunged at each other. Kakashi's still shocked about the Rinnegan, but nonetheless, he still tries to fight. He sends a kick in the direction of Naruto's face, and Naruto says, boring. He gets his finger out, it turns golden using Naruto's chakra and flicks it. Kakashi can feel the bone in his legs fracture. And Naruto just places his hand on Kakashi's stomach and says, under his breath, almighty push. And he uses his Rinnegan ability, of course, and it sends Kakashi flying with a huge energy wave, sending him flying through the trees, breaking multiple of his bones, all his ribs. And Sasuke was still not trying to let Naruto get the entire win and said, wow Naruto, now we need to go find him. I say whoever finds him the real winner. And Naruto says, okay, deal. Almighty pull. He pulls Kakashi's unconscious body right towards his hand and says, I guess I'm the real winner. A vein clearly appears in Sasuke's head, and Naruto gets fed up. He decides, you know what, not to, and lets Kurama deal with it. Kurama goes,
Hey you Uchiha brat, I suggest you shut up before I make you, or we're gonna have a small problem, which is also known as me eating you alive.
Sasuke is clearly afraid, but Naruto just admires Naruto more for this. Of course, Naruto takes the bells and gives one to Hinata, still annoyed at Sasuke. And then heals Kakashi. Kakashi wakes up thinking, you actually beat me. Well, yep, you passed, congratulations. Ouch. Naruto realizes he didn't fully heal Kakashi and does. Kakashi sits up and relaxes. You do know I could have easily beat you. I wasn't using my full power. He sends a smack towards Naruto and says, neither was I. Tomori appear in Naruto's eye in his Rinnegan for a second and fade. Kakashi's confused and Naruto just smirks and walks off and says, so meet again in a week for our first mission? And Kakashi was like, sure Naruto. And he thinks under his breath, what is he? Naruto goes home to the third Hokage and goes, hey old man, I passed the training easily, I even beat Kakashi within a few seconds. The third Hokage smiles and says, that's my boy. Then, of course, like every single day, Naruto asks the third Hokage to train. He does. He opens up the scroll, and he's finally being allowed to look at the techniques he really wants to. The Flying Raijin, the Rasengan, Great Majestic Flame, multiple techniques. And with his Rinnegan, he easily masters them. Every single one except for the Rasengan. And this is because when he tried to do it, unconsciously he used a slight bit of Kurama's chakra, creating a tailed beast bomb. Kurama quickly countered this and says, this is where we had the trouble. You see, Naruto, you have perfect chakra control, but you don't have a way to differentiate your chakra, considering no one in this world has to deal with 9 other chakras, let alone a lot of people have trouble dealing with their own. He says you need to focus. Try using your sense and ability on yourself, not others. So Naruto does this, and he can sense the 9 different chakras. He feels at first he goes for the weakest one, which is actually the One Tails, thinking, what, that isn't mine? Kurama smirks, and Naruto goes up from the 1 tail to 9 tails, still not finding his chakra, until he sees the 10th, an insanely powerful one, and he taps into it. When he does this, the room around him gets blown back a bit, as Naruto's unlocked quite a lot of his chakra, and he's like, this is my chakra? Whoa. And Kurama says in his mind,
Yeah, kids. When we all gave you access to our chakra, your chakra grew and grew and grew. And then the old man gave you access to it. To that chakra.
For those confused, you'll find out soon. The old man is Hagoromo, to give you a big hint. And Naruto feels a great power. He tries Rasengan again, and he easily does it. The third Hokage is shocked. And he's like, okay then. Interesting. And Naruto, being the initiative person he is, already got to put the Flying Raja mark on Kunai. And he does. Naruto finds himself far way to get around. He can of course run faster than he needs to, but it also helps him travel a great distance, a lot farther, as he can build up as much chakra as he can and chuck the kunai, and it could probably go across the road in a second. And then he can just teleport to it, so it is useful. So Naruto's always carrying around kunai, just like his father. Oops, sorry if you just heard that, my wrist popped. Both of them at the same time. Sorry. If people who don't like them sound, sorry. And the great is that jutsu that Madara used to cancel out all them jutsu fired at him, that great wall of fire. Naruto can do this easily, even at a better skill than Madara could. And it shocks everyone. Naruto, say there's a great flame, there's a great water, there's great wind, there's great earth, all that, and Naruto can use all of them. So basically Naruto can create a tsunami as well. And everyone is slowly admiring Naruto and fearing him more and more, until a week finally passes, and they get called for their first mission. Unlike usual, the third Hokage wants to test Naruto, and gives him a C-rank mission, protect the bridge builder. Naruto does this. He's walking along, and a smirk appears on his face about 2 minutes after he leaves the village with the bridge builder. And unlike before, Naruto isn't hiding his Rinnegan, so the guy doesn't insult him. Naruto just keeps on walking, and he's smirking. He stops a few feet ahead from the puddle, and it's like, you either come out of that puddle or I come in there. His Rinnegan glows a bit purplish. The puddle doesn't move. Naruto chucks his kunai at it, hitting it. And just to see a ninja fly out with the kunai slightly impaled in his clothes, missing him completely. He thinks, how you brat, talking all that big talk for Naruto teleports to his kunai with a Rasengan already in hand, and slams it into the back of the guy who was talking to him, breaking his spine. Like, Naruto's not really having a lot of remorse. He shatters the guy's spine, sending him flying into the ground. Everyone's shocked at the speed. They don't know it's a flying Rajan, but Kakashi realizes it after a few moments. He's like, he really mastered that technique? What is he? And he sees the kunai, thinks, that's the only way you could get access to that is if the fourth Hokage left a build design to you. This is all me waffling. He's like, he must be the fourth Hokage's son. Master's son. But then, unlike original, 10 more ninjas jump out of the puddle, as they all heard about the legendary child prodigy. They all fly towards him, and Naruto reads hand signs and yells, majestic flame jutsu, and a wall of flames come out, burning up all the ninjas. They are all alive but severely burnt. Then Naruto says, "It's up to you. You can either leave, or you can give us your information. Oh yeah, by the way, if you leave, I kill you. Hurt you." And Naruto just starts laughing. He's not actually a maniac. He's trying to make it seem that way to scare them. They all get ready to charge Naruto, and Kakashi tests something. He does hand signs to create a Chidori, a lightning blade. Naruto sees this and finds the technique interesting. So while Kakashi does the hand signs and charges it up, just so he can stun the person, not kill them, Naruto does it better than Kakashi has and charges towards them and doesn't kill them. He slices all their sides, sending a bunch of electricity through them, shocking them, paralyzing them. Then Kakashi's sending a flare out to our ninja back at the Leaf Village. They're gonna come collect them and interrogate them. They continue walking, and I'd say 10 minutes later, a smirk appears again on Naruto's face. He pushes everyone to the ground using almighty pull, he drags them down, and jumps up and grabs the sword. Unlike in some other Whatifs, the sword carries Naruto. Naruto just has full control. He's strong enough to carry the sword. And Tsubasa is just standing in a tree thinking, "Wow, you caught the sword. You can't be a Genin. Oh, you're the legendary prodigy of the Leaf Village. The one that has the Rinnegan, the legendary eye of the Sage of the Six Paths. Interesting. Why don't you come with me?" Naruto laughs and says, "No thanks. I'm fine in the Leaf Village, thanks." And Tsubasa says, "Fine, if I beat you in a fight, you have to come with me." And Naruto says, "Fine, if I beat you in a fight, you have to get down on your knees and turn yourself into the village." Naruto chucks his sword back at Tsubasa and says, "Have we got a deal?" They both laugh and say deal, but before they fight, Kakashi tries stopping it. Naruto uses a weaker version of Almighty Push and pushes them back, and the fight begins. Naruto, using his own chakra, easily overpasses Tsubasa, and Tsubasa is shocked at the power of this Genin. And Naruto's getting bored, is this all you got? Haku, who's watching this as well, is shocked at Naruto's speed. Haku can barely reach that speed even with his ice mirrors, and this person's doing it with their pure speed, not any enhancements from jutsus. And then Naruto laughs and said, "This isn't even 1% of my full potential," and starts bouncing around even more. All the toadies inside Naruto's head are just laughing at Naruto putting on a show for these ninjas who are meant to be feared. And every few days or something, it would pop in their head wondering when that power the old man gave Naruto would awaken. And Naruto gets bored. Tsubasa slowly losing his calm, and swings, trying to predict Naruto's move. Naruto just stops in place and catches the sword. And before Tsubasa can Tsubasa starts to kick, but before it reaches him, Naruto kicks Tsubasa's kick away, breaking Tsubasa's leg, and kicks him in the stomach, rupturing some organs. He then grabs Tsubasa's head and knees him in the face, crushing his nose into his skull. And then before he hit the ground, another kick followed to his chest, and then him flying across the forest. He jumps after Tsubasa before Haku can chase him, but he isn't letting Haku off the hook. He yells Almighty Paw and drags Haku towards him, already being able to sense him due to Chroma, and grabs him by his throat and slams him in the ground and drags him on the way to Tsubasa. He jumps in the air and spins and chucks Haku down onto Tsubasa, breaking some of Tsubasa and Haku's ribs. He then forms the Rasengan and pouring more chakra into it becomes larger, and slams it down into the ground, cracking it. After he stuns, Tsubasa and Haku are laying there with their bones sticking out of their body in a pool of blood. Naruto thinks he went a bit overboard, then heals them. Tsubasa wakes up in a cold sweat, remembering what happened, and is in pure fear of Naruto, thinking, "What is that kid? He just did that so easily, with no remorse." And then he smiles and says, "A deal is a deal. You have my word, I'll help you, and I will turn myself into the Leaf Village." Naruto smiles and says, "Good. Anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy this What If. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe. Get me to 11k, then 12k, then 13k, and as you know, 100k, and as you know, 1 million. then 10 million, then 50 million, then 100 million, then a billion, then 20 billion. Because like, I know you guys love me so much, you're gonna make like a bunch of box accounts that will get me to 20 billion. So yeah guys, love you guys a lot. Peace out. Bye.